We got to enjoy our Sunday football for the first time in a very long time, and there was some interesting things happening. Steelers upset the Bills, Cardinals upset the Titans, and a lot of quarterbacks let us down. Looks like I'm headed towards another rough season in fantasy football, but I'm not going to let that get me down because we do indeed have football again. Let's talk about week 2. Hit that subscribe button. It's nickel and dime. Shawn, did you get to watch the foosball this weekend?
I did, man. I did.
Yeah.
And
Felt good, right?
it was damn good. It was so good. It was so good.
I didn't get to watch my Red Zone channel, which is usually my preferred method of watching, but
Right.
I did
Right.
get to be at a bar with a bunch of TVs on, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. It does not help the attention deficit disorder people. Like, I'll be honest with you.
No, it
Trying to
hurt
pay
me.
attention to every game. And usually you're always a step late whenever you're at the bar. Like,
Yeah.
you're always, yeah, right. Yep. That's when the big plays happen. But nah, man, how was the food where you was at? Was food straight?
Oh man, had steak fajita fries out of a food truck.
Ooh,
Mm,
yes.
They were
Yeah.
marinated in like
Yeah.
some red chilies. Oh my god, it was
Yeah.
so good. It was so good. I love
Yeah.
it. So yeah, I was on point, man. And it was the tail end of an incredible comedy run. You can see I'm back in the home studio.
In the
So I'm back
home
off the
base.
roof. Yeah, it feels good to be home. Uh
Yeah.
so speaking of good to be home, you
Mhm.
think Jameis Winston found a new home in New Orleans?
Already got some people still mad that he left in Bucks Nation that are like, they're gonna regret it. They're gonna regret it. Like,
Yeah.
like, I mean, Jameis has not, I cannot honestly, bro, you hear me talk about it all the time. He's only had, I think, one other 5 touchdown game in his career. And then, of course, the first game he starts. I mean, it's the right situation for him. I'm not gonna be mad at Jameis, man.
And he did it with like some new names on offense. That tight end popped up out of nowhere, caught 2 touchdowns. Like, that was fantastic.
Yeah,
Uh
that looks like good.
I didn't see Taysom Hill.
He had a play or two. He had like a play or two, but they weren't successful plays. Obviously, nobody's talking about them. But no, like what I was going to say about the tight end, you mentioned them. That looks like it's going to be a connection that's going to stick around. You know what I'm saying? He looked
I put in a
real
waiver claim.
comfortable.
I
I
put in a
put in a
waiver
waiver
claim.
claim too. That means one of
I
us is
hope
getting
I'm
them.
lower. I'm hoping I'm lower. Oh, no.
One of
Oh.
us is getting them.
Well, Matt Stafford also looked fantastic in his debut for his new team.
Yeah, look good. Look good. I will say, didn't look as good as Tom Brady though. So that's all.
Okay.
Week 3 is coming, baby. Week 3
Okay.
is coming. It's coming.
Yep.
But
It's
yeah,
getting
look
closer.
good. He looked good.
I guess one of the upsets of the week, man, the Steelers beat the Bills, and they didn't really put up big numbers to do so.
Nah, they didn't need to. But like, when you actually think about it, is this not a Steeler type of win? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if you look at, I feel like if you look at it as a whole, the Steelers won the way that they usually win, grinding it out. They're a grinded out type of team. But then they can also bludgeon you over the head. But they seem to win those gritty games. Then you look at it at the end of the year, and they have way more wins than losses, and you wonder how. But hopefully, this isn't the hot start that they had last year. Drew, what you think about it?
I think they won with their defense because they paid your boy. They paid him. Paid TJ Watt. He got some money.
Yeah.
$112 million.
Yeah, but he should be up there
of course.
as the top guy, like him and Aaron Donald. That's what it is.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of Aaron Donald, I wanted to get your take on this. What did you think about the differences in yellow for the Rams? It looked like more of a neon yellow yesterday, did it not?
I'm digging it, man. Their yellow pops. Their blue's one of the most beautiful colors in uniform history.
It's a good blue.
You can't. It's getting to the, and I'm sure they'll prove me wrong at some point, but they can do no wrong in my eyes, man. Any combination they're throwing
Wow.
at me, I'm there. I love
Drew,
it.
all in on the Rams. All
I
in on the
mean,
Rams.
don't get me wrong. I love seeing my Panthers win, but from just catching my eye standpoint, man, I love the Rams got the best uniforms in the game, man. Them and the Chargers.
The LA teams. I mean, but it's LA.
Yeah, you
Why
got to.
wouldn't they have
You got
the best uniforms? Nah, so real quickly, we gotta ask you about the Panthers because I'm very curious about what went on in that game. I saw Becton go down. Did he wind up coming back in?
Nope. Stay tuned for housekeeping notes. Becton got some injury news.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it. I saw him go down. But now I meant to ask you, like the boys, they started out looking like they was going to boat race the Jets, wind up really getting slowed down. I was going to ask you, man, what happened? Like, what was going on?
I think we got away from what was working. You know what I mean? I think we got away from giving Christian McCaffrey the ball. But Sam Darnold, I feel like he was lacking a little touch in some of his passes. And that just comes from being on the field with his teammates, man. I think he's going to know exactly where Robbie's going to be in the next few weeks. He's going to get dialed in with DJ. I didn't see anything that I'm worried about long term, unless we try to switch the game plan up in the third quarter.
It was apparently that's what happened. Like it seems like y'all got conservative. I'm taking that's what actually happened. Yep. What I did like to see though was that connection with Robbie Anderson definitely still seems to be there.
57-yard TD.
Yeah, plus all the offseason work they probably just got in. So that was good to see, man. That was good to see. So listen, I'm a rock with y'all because right now, y'all aren't our biggest rival. Like y'all are not our biggest threat now.
Yeah, you got to worry about Jameis. You got to worry about Jameis.
Right. If y'all come up here and y'all try to sneak one out, we probably gonna have some words on this show. So stay tuned for that. The family fight here. The family
that
fight.
would be my Super Bowl this year if we could just sneak one on y'all.
Nah, because that means y'all that if y'all get one on us, that means y'all definitely in playoff contention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you know how I know you want to
see. Yeah.
Well, what I did love seeing is Justin Herbert and the Chargers beat Washington. Told you they were going to do it. I told you.
You did. Washington did not look great. Their defense it was like a sieve. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just letting people just do whatever. The pass rush looked like they were just they weren't there. Like this is week 1. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't have the passion this week, when are you going to have it? Like you going to wait to the playoffs? Like I feel like they look like they came out coasting on last year's wins. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't look ready, especially against what the consensus upstart team in the Chargers. Herbert came out ready to play. Those boys, they weren't ready to play, man. They ain't show me anything.
That's fair, man. Because I hate to say it, but Dallas did. So they got to figure something out if they want to take out this god-awful NFC East. But Cardinals upset the Titans, man. Titans didn't seem like they showed up, man. We got to shout out Jones with 5 sacks in the game.
Oh, Chandler Jones going off. That man is about to get that dough. Not as much as Watt, but he getting that dough. You know what I'm saying? He getting that dough. And hey, don't pocket watch. If you get paid, you get paid. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
like
fair.
I ain't never counting another man's money, man. Forget that. But like I love the effort. Did you see this coming? Did you see it coming?
No. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I had a couple of doubts about Julio in Tennessee and them having to figure some stuff out on offense because they're not a passing team. You know what I mean? And Arizona shut down the run. If you were to tell me Arizona shut down the run, then yes, I could see this score happening, especially when Kyler Murray threw for 289 yards and 4 touchdowns. 2 of those to Hopkins. You know how I love my DeAndre Hopkins.
Love me some Hopkins. Yeah.
So I think Tennessee's got a lot of question marks going forward, man. They got to get this offense. It is sputtering right now. They got to get it in sync.
And it did not look good. Apparently, I did not see the penalty that Julio got, but apparently Vrabel was very mad about this. He apparently the quote was something like, I'm gonna put that in the classification of shit that hurt the team. Like that's what the quote was from the coach.
I love that coach though, man. Keep it real, man. Keep it real with me. If you're mad at me, tell me you're mad at me.
Vrabel got rings, bro. Like he don't care. Like what does he care? Like not only did he play at the highest level on that team, win multiple Super Bowls in recent memory. So like why would I take shit from anybody? It don't matter who it is. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Like
very true.
And he's coaching a successful team. He ain't got nothing. I mean, what you gonna say? I'll be honest. Nothing. So go ahead. Go. No. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm getting excited, man. Talking about week 1. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think we got to talk about it because they let Russ cook, and Russ threw for 254 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Russ did, man. He did. And not like this is all that I'm thinking of. Like we talked about a lot in the offseason. This NFC West is about to be strong, bro. It's about to be super strong, especially if the Cardinals playing like that. I hope that they can sustain. I'm gonna get to the Seahawks in a minute because we got to talk about them too. But just taking it a step back to the Cardinals, mentioning more on that side. I didn't see that coming from Kyler. I told you, I'm not a Kyler guy. He's proven a lot to me. Christian Kirk had one of the best, him, and then talking about the Seahawks, Christian Kirk and Tyler Lockett had 2 of the best catches this past week. That over the shoulder, like tracking the ball, Christian Kirk,
McLaren,
like Tyler Lockett did it first. Yeah. Tyler Lockett, he did it first, and then Christian Kirk came back. He's just doing the thing, man. So like that receiving core is looking deep. I don't know what AJ Green did, but
he had a couple passes. He had or catches. I mean, I think he had like 2 catches for like 20 something yards, I think. So I mean, he's getting involved. You know what I mean? So
that's all they need. Like that's all they need from him. But I think what bodes well before I get back into the Seahawks though is like if the defense is clicking for them, which it was inconsistent last year, and now the offense is consistent and they're not making mistakes, they can be a very dangerous team, like very dangerous dual threat team. And then right in their same division, the Seahawks came out, proved that they're ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Now it was good to see Carson running the ball. Carson had 91 yards. I think that's very instrumental in this win.
Yeah. I'm a little down on the Seahawks too, but they definitely look like they are ready to go. I will say a couple of those passes, like that pass that Russ threw up, he was cooking. But the very first touchdown pass to Tyler Lockett made that play. I mean, Russ put it in where it needed to go, but like he still had to track the ball and come down with the catch on single coverage. A single coverage, so he gave his man a chance. Faith was well placed. TD time. You know what I'm saying?
Time.
It was. I'm very curious to see out of those 2 NFC West teams if they can sustain in week 2. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true, because the 49ers also won. So that division is just wow. We got to talk about it right before we move on. Our last week 1 recap. Chiefs come back against the Browns, man. The Browns looked like they were going to start the season off, and Patrick Mahomes slammed the door and said, I don't lose in September.
I mean, this was I hate to say it, but Drew, this seems like it was the Browns being the Browns, bro. They was up.
Oh, I didn't think we'd have to say that this year.
I mean, I really didn't. I thought they was past that, but like, I just can't understand how. I mean, this mistakes the punt. Baker threw a pick. You know what I'm saying? And I think they did this cut shot. I may have seen this in reverse order, but once the punter flubbed the punt or whatever, they had Baker on the sidelines like rolling his eyes or whatever.
Because Baker played great. Baker did what he could do.
He threw the pick though. Apparently, he threw the pick late, and that did not help. You know what I'm saying? So Chubb
was running. Hunt was playing good.
They got to close, man. They got to close, and the defense has to be better. I mean, giving them short fields don't help. That team, you want to give that team a short field.
OBJ's got to get on the field.
He does. I mean, it's 17 games though. I can understand. Like, I mean,
you want him at 100. You know what I mean? Even if
you do,
because you don't want him to get hurt again, play 2 games and be out of the season. You know, so you want him
right.
as healthy as he can to start. So,
yeah.
Well, real quick, we got some housekeeping notes. And unfortunately, it's the start of the season, so that usually just means injuries. Washington football quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick out 6 to 8 weeks with a right hip subluxation.
Yeah, I thought it was like sublux something.
There we go.
Yeah, subluxation or something like that. I mean,
they threw a fancy word at me, Shawn. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up that medical term when we get finished. I will know what it means.
It's Heineke time.
It is. Drew, do you think they're going to add another quarterback?
I think it's not going to be Cam Newton.
I don't think so either.
That's what everyone wants to point at. Like Cam,
yeah,
like
it could be. It could be.
Yeah, I don't see it though.
Speaking of people getting calls, man, I'm thinking it's been some corners that go down. I don't know if people are waiting to see what's happening with this Richard Sherman legal situation, but I imagine his phone's probably already ringing.
To him.
Yeah.
Because the 49ers cornerback Jason Verrett, IR, torn ACL.
Dunzo.
And Mostert almost did it too. He's out at least 8 weeks with chipped cartilage. Ouch. Ow.
Yeah, that sounds
I haven't heard of that
horrible.
Before.
Yeah, no.
Whew.
How do you chip cartilage? Like I feel like it just rips, you know? Yeah.
Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy has that so hateful words high ankle sprain. They're hoping 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, hoping.
That's
and I mean I like Jerry Jeudy, but I know he's not TO. Like you know what I'm saying? So who knows how that's going to turn out. Hopefully he comes back, but like I really like Jerry Jeudy. So like this really sucks that it happened first off, but that it happened in week 1 of all, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, just get your footing, man, and like ball too. Out. Yeah.
Well, we touched on it a little earlier. New York Jets, Becton got some knee issues. He's going to be out at least 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, that sucks. Did you notice, like, once he went out, did you really notice that there was an uptick in y'all's pass rush or whatnot? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel like he was coming back a little bit. You know, Wilson was starting to get a little bit of a rhythm, and then we were able to disrupt him a little bit. So,
yeah,
I hate to see it that way, but it got our defense back on track a little bit.
Shout to the boy Hassan Reddick. He balled for y'all yesterday.
Had a great day.
He balled for y'all yesterday.
Him and Burns, man. I'm not worried about those dudes at all.
Yeah. I heard his name a whole bunch when I was like watching that game. You know what I'm
saying? We got to talk. Your boy's gruesome injury, man. Bucks quarterback Murphy Bunting IR with that elbow injury, man.
Yeah. It's elbow injury, but like it could have been so much worse.
It could have been.
It looked way worse on TV than it actually wound up being. X-rays negative. Should be back in like 4 weeks, apparently. Yeah, like 4 weeks.
Dude. That looks so.
It
gross.
Is. So yeah, gross. But you want it, Drew, and we talked about this multiple times. Y'all will know, fans. Y'all will know that this is what we talked about. Talking about the scapegoat, who I was going to say before that elbow injury. Before that elbow injury, he was getting his ass burned. They were tearing him up. And really none of the secondary looked pretty good. Not named Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis balled. That's your boy. Bruh. He balled. So the rest of the secondary got to set up. I need to see more from Antoine Winfield Jr. too. Like he's got to be another playmaker. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's year 2, I don't care.
That's fair. Last housekeeping note before we got it here. Luckily, it's not an injury, but Brown center JC Treader happens to be the Players Association president. He's calling for a look into Kansas City coach Greg Lewis for shoving safety Ronnie Harrison on Sunday.
Oh,
so we'll see how that plays out.
Getting testy over there.
Testy. Man. Starts of a rival. I smell starts of a rival.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's it for that's it for our roundup, man. Let's get into our matchups of the week. Week 2.
All right.
I would like to talk about Dallas at LA Chargers.
is this is I think this is definitely your team this year, man.
It is, man.
I
I
ain't on the
like it.
Browns.
I
Like
like it. I
you
like it. I
definitely on
like
the
it. I
Chargers.
like it.
Yeah.
Because it's Dak versus Herbert. LA beat the
Mm,
rival Washington. Can they beat Dallas? Dallas looked good, but neither one of them really ran the ball. So who can get the ball, the rushing game going? That'd be a
yeah.
good question in this game. But
Yeah.
if they can't, then we just get to see two great quarterbacks with some wide receivers go at it. And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and apparently Keenan Allen is a little pissed off from that Mike Evans chatter last year. But listen, apparently the quote was he told Chase Young that if the boys was in man coverage on that last play, it was a wrap, and they were in man coverage. So that's why they lost.
Well, Williams had a
Like
great day too, man. Allen
Mike
had a
Williams
great
did,
day.
and
Mike Williams had a great day.
that's good to see from him because he's very injury prone. So
Yeah.
and Mike Williams, big body dude, bro. If he gets going, it could be very, very interesting for the Chargers. And with the quarterback that they have, I really like it. Talking about this game, like what are aside from the quarterbacks, is there like what else? What's the second best thing you're excited about with this game right here?
I think it's both teams that had terrible defenses last year that are trying to get their footing.
Mm,
So I'm really excited to see how both of these teams hold each other. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a defensive battle, but like I definitely want to see some big plays. You know what I mean? What secondary can shut down the passing game?
Yeah.
Whose defensive line can hold up if one of the teams starts to get a running game? Like, I want to see whose defense is better suited going forward.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really can appreciate that. I want to note that you was talking about the running game. I think that's going to be the most important aspect for my taste. Just the balance, man, because these teams can be great if they can get the running game going, especially on offense, because the quarterbacks are carrying a heavy load right now. If it's a duel, Drew, if it is a duel, and say it just comes back to the passing game for this matchup, who you taking?
I mean, you know how I love my Chargers, but if it comes down to a duel, you got to go Cowboys. They just got a little
Yeah.
bit more. You know what I mean? A
Yeah.
little. They showed
More
me
consistency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they showed me a little bit more against the defending champions than the Chargers did against Washington. So
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah, and of course defense has to step it up. I don't know, for the Chargers, I feel like Bosa had a pretty good day. So I think if it winds up being a defense that has to make a play, I'm probably gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna be honest with you,
Yeah.
man, because they have Bosa, and the defense. Derwin looked sharp. Derwin played 100% of the
Derwin
snaps
said, "Don't
yesterday.
forget about me."
Hey, that dude is a hoss. I love me
All
some
these,
Derwin James,
yeah,
bro.
all
Yeah,
these
so like
secondary
that
names popping
yeah.
up. Derwin was like, "No,
Yeah,
remember."
that's what I'm saying. So their defense, look pretty good, and like hopefully they can put that consistency together, man. I I don't know who I would pick, but if it came down to making a play on the defensive side, I guess I'd take the Chargers.
I like it. If it's a shootout, probably Dallas. If it's more defensive, we got Chargers. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
The other matchup that I was looking forward to this week is Tennessee at Seattle. See if Tennessee can
Yeah.
bounce back, man. And if Seattle
Huge
shut
way.
down the Colts pretty good. So does Tennessee's offensive struggles continue? Does Russ continue his hot start? Can Derrick Henry run the damn ball?
Yeah, he's going to need to get it going if they're going to have any type of semblance of what they had last year. And I don't know. I don't think you can afford to laugh it off as just being week one. Like, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like that offense, even though they have Julio, that offense is still supposed to be predicated about what they can do in a running game with that man. So, yeah, I need them to get that together. Unfortunately, Drew, the Titans defense did not look good. Like, and that was the emphasis that they were an inconsistent to bad defense last year, man. So
very much so.
I really don't know, man. What you think?
Everyone's ready to hand them the crown, but the great thing is the Colts didn't look any better. You know what I mean? So Tennessee might not be as advertised, but I still think they win their division. You know what I mean? So like, I don't. Although I mean, unless Tyrod Taylor and the Texans take off, you know what I mean?
I mean, they want to know.
Yeah.
So right now wait, who else in that division? Colts lost, Titans lost, Jacksonville lost, Titans in first place, baby, or Texans in first place.
Look at
you know what I'm saying?
Look at
first place Texans. Who would have thought? David Culley, Coach Culley.
Everyone hated them. Everyone counted them out already, leading the division.
Now we'll see if that continues after week 2. But
nah.
But
any matchups you looking forward to this week?
I think so, man. Like, listen, I am very curious to see about this Bills Dolphins game in the AFC.
Yes.
There's a lot of good storylines there. I mean, first from the Bills side, you're supposed to be the AFC champion. Like, that is the spot that you are vying for. So that performance that you had last week, and it wasn't the defense that was the problem, man. I mean, like, if the Steelers finally took over the game after that was the punt return or the punt block, you know what I'm saying, for a TD. So that was the game right there. The defense did their job. It was the offense. It's supposed to be an offensive team, and they did not show anything. Now, Stephon Diggs had some yards, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had a okay day, but the boy Josh Allen's got to play better, man. Like, they couldn't get anything going on offense. And this is not only that, but this is a division matchup in week 2. So you really need to get it going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What you think about these Dolphins though? Like, I mean, they're the ones who are in the driver's seat right now with that win.
They hurt my feelings because I had the Patriots winning. And my lovely wife made a huge point that has just stuck with me ever since she said it. Mac Jones at the end of that game already looked like Belichick's taking it out of him.
Wow. Did they put too much on that man already?
Well, look how much of a personality we get from Brady now that he's not in New England. He's doing those funny Subway commercials. He's doing interviews. He was a robot in New England. And she made the point, and now I can't get it out of my head, is my man was already like
reprogrammed.
We put it
reprogrammed that man.
We left it on the field. We stuck to the game plan. We have a lot to work on.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
I mean, that's crazy, man. Because like Mac Jones he was like on draft night, because I wasn't really like, I just saw his tape. I didn't really know his personality, but he seemed like kind of a corny, hokey guy, but still had a personality. So that's already gone.
His smile's already gone, like Shawn Michaels in late 90s WWE.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy.
You remember when he lost his smile? Baby. He lost his smile.
I vaguely do remember that. Yeah. Nah, but Dolphins, Drew, coming off a win though, like in this game. Like if you'd have thought
defense stepped up and was up,
they did. And that, like, the offense wasn't great, but they won the game. And that's all that matters. I mean, especially they beat a division team. You know what I'm saying? So like they're already they're well in first place. And if they can get this game, Dolphins might start out at the best possible position, because nobody really saw them getting 2 division wins back to back to start the season. I don't think that was in anybody's cards. So a lot on the line for this game right here, Drew. A lot on the line.
Yeah. By the way, we're just talking about Texans. They got to go against the Browns this week. So
Browns gonna take it out on that ass.
And then y'all got the Falcons. Cardinals probably whooping up on the Vikings. We'll see about any other matchups you want to talk about before we get up out talk about our crushes.
Of course. I mean, there's 2 games I'm looking at. But first, just to note, just one little note of a sentence, talking about taking it out on somebody's ass. I don't know what I'm feeling in my heart right now, but like, I really want to beat shit out of the Falcons, man. Like, I don't,
just
you know
badly,
what I'm saying?
just
like, because
them.
the Eagles destroyed them boys, just destroyed them. And not like I was actually happy to see that for Eagles fans for as much as they had been through.
Yes,
Mr. Sirianni getting it done.
Did
Against
not have
and
faith in that guy. Still
did
don't.
not
We'll
at
see.
all. We'll see. But a very good start for him. Gotta mention the Eagles. Listen, I mean, Sirianni put together that game plan, came in there on the road, beat a head coach who's been in the league, who's way older than him, who's finally got his shot, beat a veteran quarterback in Matt Ryan. Kudos, hats off, Mr. Sirianni. Hats off right now. You know what I'm saying? But moving on, just a quick note. Drew, who should we talk about? Rams, Colts, or Chiefs, Ravens? Because that are the two matchups I'm looking at. And both have very intriguing storylines.
Let's talk.
I don't know.
Let's talk Chiefs Ravens, man. Just because that can do a lot in the AFC. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't want to give Carson Wentz any more spotlight.
Get him out of here. All right. I mean, Chiefs Ravens. Honestly, I really want to see if the Chiefs take another 4 quarters to wake up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
They didn't look good. They didn't look good until late yesterday, and they got some breaks now.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, they were at home, I believe. I'm not. You know, we'll see. But right now, the Ravens looking all right.
The hate is real.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you know,
I know we know how you feel.
I don't even know why I hate them, but like we beat them
because they're your biggest rival or your biggest competition right now.
Right. I guess that must be what it is. Yeah. But you got to respect them because they came back in a hurry and won the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you have to respect that.
Man. They don't lose in September.
I just don't understand it, man. But from the Ravens side, right now, they're winning, but it's not looking great. Those injuries look like they might be starting to take a toll on them.
Who in the world is running the ball?
They got. I mean, it's Tyson, the running back Tyson. I forget that's one of his names. First name.
Oh, Williams.
Yes, Tyson Williams. Yeah. So 14-0 right now as a little timestamp for y'all. But right now we'll see if they can hold it out in the Death Star. But if they do get this win, like I said that they would. Listen, the 1-0 to 1-0, man. And this is where both teams wanted to be. This is your direct competition. Who's gonna get it done, man? Who's gonna get it done? Sunday night, prime time.
Yeah, because it definitely, you know, if not, and I know it's just week 1. I'm by no means saying this is going to continue, but if Buffalo and Cleveland are going to take a backseat, then this is still the cream of the crop in the AFC. Injuries or not.
Drew, you could not have put that better, my guy. You could not have put that better. And
thank you.
It's just like, and for those two teams, it's like, well, it's lonely at the top. These boys, they were supposed to be something, and now they're not here. It's still us. So what you got? And like, I want to see how the Ravens are going to attack it this year, man, because they just can't get over the hump against those guys. So I want to see what has changed from last year and how they approach trying to get that dub. Not only in the regular season, but if they see him in the playoffs, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Real quick before we move on to our man crushes, did you see Mariota? I know you saw your boy. I know it made your heart happy. Made your heart happy.
It did. I still think he gives him more juice than Derek Carr, man. And right now,
I mean, why not switch it up? Why not switch it up?
Right now, I mean, they have 0 points right now. They putting up an offer at home. You know what I'm saying?
Is Aaron Rodgers the quarterback of Las Vegas next year?
Yes.
I like it.
I mean, hey, somebody getting him. That's what I was going to say earlier when we was talking about Aaron Rodgers. Is like, Drew, did he not look every bit of 38, 39 years old on that podium?
Like all of a sudden, like we just
woke up and he was old.
He went from, dude, he was enjoying his vacation. He was mellow Aaron. He was like, "What's up, guys? How you doing?
Right.
How you doing?" Right. And then he was immediately like,
Yeah. You know what it was? That's because I mean, I know you saw the commercial yesterday. Vacation Aaron was the Aaron that was in that latest commercial when he was doing the guitar, the little hippie. That was hippie Aaron. That was vacation Aaron. Yeah. Y'all got to see vacation Aaron. Yeah. And now life's tough in the NFL, baby.
It is, though. It is. Oh, Jameis said we coming for you.
Yeah, he did.
All right, well, let's
All
get to
right.
our Man Crush Sundays. These are our players that we think will have some fantasy value for you this week. Shawn, what position you want to start with?
Oh man. I think a lot of people were excited about the quarterback play
Okay.
this past week. So I think let's start there. Let's start
Okay.
there.
All right. I'm gonna go Kyler Murray, Arizona versus
Mm.
Minnesota. Don't think Minnesota's gonna have
Oof.
many answers for old Mr. Murray. And I
Mm-mm.
think he's just going
Mm-mm.
if at least do what he did last week, if not
Yeah.
more.
I could honestly see a 6 touchdown game from him, like
Oof,
2 rushing touchdowns,
oof,
like maybe
oof.
4 passing touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Hopkins gonna have all the yards.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, Peterson against his old team too.
Oh, it is. But like, did he was like, I don't know if he came back in the game, but like on that one touchdown that he gave up to Jamar Chase, it was him. Jamar Chase's first touchdown was on Patrick Peterson, the shell of
That's
Patrick
epic.
Peterson
That's
that
epic.
will forever live in the history books. That
Yeah,
was that
yeah,
was that guy. And like he
yeah.
went down, so I don't know if he came back.
Okay.
But listen, talking about quarterback, we just talked about this dude. I gotta take the easy bet here. I'm taking red eyes Aaron Rodgers coming into week 2 against the Detroit Lions. Like
Oh, Rogers
yeah,
coming back with a vengeance, huh?
I
I
think
need him
they
to.
have bro, they have to get right because like you've seen all over the networks today. I mean, they are filleting Aaron Rodgers. They are
Yeah, dude.
filleting him,
Yeah,
like
man.
serving him up to. So he has got to come back and stop the bleeding for this
Yeah,
team. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
His
it's got to happen.
I like it, man. His coaches got to figure out how to protect him. My man was getting chased all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Who we
right.
going next?
Let's go. Who's your running back? What running back you going with this week?
Ooh, running back. I think that I am going to go with. I'm going with David Montgomery, man. I'm going with David Montgomery of the Chicago Bears. He looked
Ooh,
saucy yesterday, like the
okay.
David Montgomery that we wanted to see
That we
coming
did
out of
not
Iowa
see
State
last
that we
year.
did not see last year. Very inconsistent. I like what he did. He's going to get the Bengals team. I believe they're at home. Um, Listen, I think that they can try to continue to ride that train. He did look very good against the Rams. Against the Rams. I'll say it twice. So y'all know that defense. But listen, I like David Montgomery, man. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Nick Chubb because Cleveland's playing Houston.
Ooh, yes.
I
Yes.
went very
Yeah.
matchup heavy this week, you know?
Which you have to do often in fantasy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Because I
Might not
got
be the
two
name.
quarterbacks that I don't know who to play because
Ooh.
I got Baker and Aaron Rodgers. So
Ooh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
Rodgers is definitely the safe bet, but like
Yeah.
Baker's got a
Baker
sneaky good
could,
upside. I
yeah,
mean, but it's the
yeah,
Lions though, too. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
how many points did Jimmy G have yesterday? I don't know,
Oh,
like a
he
bunch.
had 300 yards and a touchdown, so he had something.
Yeah, so imagine what Aaron Rodgers is gonna
You're right.
have.
You're right. You're right. All right. Well,
uh,
I'm gonna go with my wide receiver,
mhm.
mainly due to who they're playing, but also got some injuries. I'm going KJ Hamler for the Broncos playing
I
against
like
Jacksonville.
your pick.
Judy's not in. I think my man could have a great day, and he's probably available in most leagues.
In most leagues, yeah. Shout to Penn State. But listen, that is a great pick. He should get the uptick in volume. Great pick, Drew. Great
Oh,
pick.
thank you, thank you.
Should be a wire ad for most
I
people if you are not stacked at the receiver.
wanted to save a couple of my home run wide receivers for later in the season too, so that helped out.
That's very true. I'm going with this guy who almost fumbled the game away yesterday, but had quite a day. The boy Debo Samuel going up against the
Ooh,
Eagles this week, man.
okay, I like
Debo
it.
killed it. He killed it.
Yeah,
Almost
because Ayuk didn't
went
do
off the
nothing.
cliff. Yeah, yeah. He
That
almost went
hurt.
off the cliff, but Debo was that guy. I think it'll continue against the Eagles. Eagles defense looked good, but maybe Atlanta's offense just isn't that good right now. You would think they would be.
Got some
But
names.
we'll see. We'll see. So give me Debo. Fire him up.
All right. Well, who you doing? Who you picking for your tight end?
For my tight end, I'm going with the tight end that I have on my own fantasy team, but I'm going Logan Thomas against the Giants, bruh. I'm going Logan Thomas against the
That's a good
Giants.
pick. That's a good pick.
A nice day yesterday, you know what I'm saying, especially for a tight end who was not one of the top two tight ends off the board, 2-3 tight ends off the board.
Which
so,
he should be, because his numbers, I was reading a crazy
his numbers are
stat
consistent.
He's the number 3 tight end last year. Numbers.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Logan Thomas. That's why I didn't target many people in the draft, but at tight end, I knew that he would probably be there. And I was like, hey, it's Smart. 10 to 12 points every week. So Smart. I'm going to take that. And I got him.
That's smart, man. I'm going to go just because this defense let the tight end, the unknown tight end, just chef it up on him. I'm going TJ Hockenson, Detroit against Green Bay.
Hey,
Jared Goff said he wasn't going to take this line down. He was slinging the ball a little bit. I think Hawkinson's good for at least, I'd say, 60 yards and a TD.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and pat myself on the back here because he was your boy's pick last week and he delivered. So if you had TJ Hockenson and you fired him up, shout to Nickel and Dime on whatever social media that you use, because you know, holla at your boys.
For the record, we had 0 Kirk Cousins fans reach out to us. Just throwing that out there. We asked y'all if you were a fan of Kirk Cousins, let us know why. Everyone just
nothing. Who that leaves us with defense. I think you're right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm going with Chandler Jones and the Cardinals. I think they're going to throw Kirk Cousins around like a rag doll.
Yeah, that is a good pick. That's a very good pick. I think they just didn't look very good. The team that went against the team that I'm going to pick. And I think that continues in week 2. I'm not going to pick the easy pick. I'm going with the Seahawks defense in week 2 against the Titans. I think that they double down on the Titans' bad luck and come away with a win.
I like it.
So
I like it.
I think the Seahawks defense is a good sneaky play this week, man. Yeah.
That's a sausage pick. I like it. All right. Well, that's our man crushes. Shawn, let's get into locks. We're waiting to still see if the Ravens bail you out. It looks like the Raiders just scored.
They did, yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out. But I went 1-1. The Patriots let me down. That's what I get for picking the Patriots. But LA did beat Washington. So I'm 1-1 to start the season. Your Packers let you down. You picked the Packers over Saints. That, as we all know, did not happen. But you got the Ravens
bail me out. We'll see if the Raiders and the Ravens bail me out, because I doubted the Raiders and big up the Ravens. So we'll see which one does what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Listen, what should we do? Win or loss first, Drew? What should we do?
Let's get the losers out of the way.
All right. So guaranteed to lose this week. I am going. Oof. I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Guaranteed to lose.
It's early. Do it.
Carolina Panthers. Woo! I'm going with the Carolina Panthers this week.
That's gonna double
guaranteed.
You're gonna get a point, and my Panthers are gonna lose. That hurts.
Oh yeah, I gotta do it.
No, if Jameis plays like that, man, I don't know.
Oh, I'm excited because I really with that defense though. I want to see, because I'll be honest, the Packers defense didn't look like much. I want to see if the Panthers defense, it's
going to be a good test. It's going to see. We're going to see where we're at for sure.
Yes.
Can Reddick and Burns get to him? I'm excited.
Yeah. This could bite me in the ass, but I like where I'm at with that. I like it.
All right. Well, I am guaranteeing that Miami loses to Buffalo. I think Buffalo bounces back and Miami take
Yeah.
the L.
Ooh. I'm liking our picks this week, Drew.
Yeah.
I mean, these are saucy games that we're picking. We're not picking cupcakes here,
Can't
folks.
pick the
You know what I'm saying?
cupcakes early on.
Can't do that. We gotta see how bad we're losing and then
Yeah.
pick them. Listen, this next one, I am going to go. There is a lot of cupcake games. Listen, I don't really pick. I don't know when I'm gonna pick this team again, so I'm gonna just do it now. I'm going with Broncos as my guaranteed winner next week. Teddy Bridgewater showed
Ooh.
me a little something.
That's how they
In
get you.
that,
That's how they get you,
yeah,
man. I'm telling
yeah.
you. I'll fall for it.
I'm gonna take the Broncos. I'm gonna take the Broncos. If I go 2-0 this week, your boy's walking on air. Okay.
Okay.
I really like where I'm at with these right now.
Okay. All right.
Jaguars 0-2.
Ooh, Lawrence and company starting 0-2. Okay. 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 Shout out to the Adams brothers from Wilmington. Fantastic people to drink and watch football with. They were at the Broncos Giants game as Broncos fans, so they will love that pick that you just made.
Yeah.
For my guarantee, I am picking Seattle to beat Tennessee.
Oh wow!
I got to make sure my neighbors don't hear that.
Yeah. Man, you heard me earlier on in the broadcast, man. I said that I think Seattle's going to get a win. Drew doubling down on that.
Yeah,
So that's
man.
2 for 2. We both think the Seahawks are taking the Titans.
Russ in that passing game, man. I don't think Tennessee definitely didn't show me that they can stop that.
That's what I'm saying. Like Tennessee didn't show me that they could stop much after that butt whooping. And I don't know with you're right with Russ and them coming to town. It's a stress test for the defense. Another one. You know what I'm saying?
And we get to see, I think, how good this Seattle team can be too. So it'll be good gauge for them too. Well, I wanted to let you get the first week digested. You know what I mean? But it's time.
It's only natural.
It's time to give it to him. Who is the first 2021 step up with Sudsy candidate?
I mean, listen. Week 1 is coming past. We're all a little better for it. No matter where you are, if you're up, you're down, it's just 1 week.
You're only 0-1.
Only 0-1. Only 0-1. But some of y'all look bad. Okay? Some of y'all look real bad. And I gotta say, it's not just Drew, it's not just one candidate that I gotta ask to step up this week. It's a whole damn team, man. Minnesota Vikings.
Ouch.
What happened to y'all? Y'all lost to the Bengals? And I'm not saying that the Bengals aren't going to be a good team, but from what they were in the consensus and what you were supposed to be in the consensus, y'all lose. Y'all wind up coming back, taking it to overtime, but you still lose to the Bengals, a young team. Y'all supposed to be a playoff team, but you let your city down last year. And now you right back at it again. Is Patrick Peterson what he was supposed to be? Mike Zimmer? I don't know. It's looking like your butt may be getting a little hot here, sir. I need you to turn this ship around, step it up, show me what you got against this upstart, hot-looking Cardinals team, son. They coming into town. What are you going to do?
Lose.
Who's going to show up? Step it up.
I like
Step
it.
it up.
The man has spoken. Dalvin Cook, if you want to go ahead and respond by dropping like 40 on him, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd be okay about it.
I mean, they would, in that situation, they probably would get a win. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. Oh man, I would love it. It's so good to talk football and not just the same stories in the off season over and over again.
We actually have tape to watch and that can validate what we talking about and seeing, you know.
I love it, man. So stay tuned, stay with us all season. We keep we're going to start putting in some more segments and doing some random stuff here. And then you get to see, who wins the second annual locked in standings between me and Shawn. So Shawn, where can they find you online?
On the socials, of course, man. Find me at Nick @Nickel_Dom, FB on Twitter, @the_kid_Suds on Twitter as well. And of course, at the illustrious Nickel and Dom Football, Nickel_Dom Football on IG.
Yeah.
What about you, bro?
Find me on Instagram. It's my favorite. I just like watching football and just fun things and, kids getting hurt and puppies, like, so Instagram @LaughWithHarrison. I'm on the TikTok. Check me out on the TikTok. Try to be like
The
what
TikTok.
the youth on the TikTok, at Drew Harrison Comedy, DrewHarrisonComedy.com for everything. Got links to everything on there. Got some new stickers. Hit us up if you want a sticker. Reach out. We got our official Nickel and Dime stickers. So hit us up.
Fan of those water tower stickers.
Yeah, I got some water tower stickers. Like, let me know. Got it all. But most importantly, stay with us, man. We're having so much fun this season. We're gonna keep bringing you fun stuff. We'll see you next week.